that's when these have so much momentum for your business. So the fact that we still have a week left of July is pretty incredible. Um, I'm looking at, we will have, by the end of this event, we will still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We will still have over 5 days to close out July, which is awesome. July has just been like incredible. So I am really wanting to ride the high of this month because why not? So come join me as we do that. If you have done a launch party before with me, it'll be totally different. This will be more centered around, it's always centered around storytelling, but it will kind of be a back and forth thing. So we'll have people pop in and say a little. We'll have people ask other people questions. I'll kind of be the ringleader so we all stay on track and make sure we're covering the bases what we need to. So let's the people who aren't on right now, they will have to watch the recording, otherwise they will have no idea what's going on, right? So we have our where is it? Right here. Hey, Court. You can go off mute. Everyone can be off mute. All right. So, since we all have unique, you can see my screen. Since we all have unique niches, right? We all have different niches. You're going to be inviting your people to this. I wanted to make sure that it was kind of relating to sort of the masses, but definitely centered around women. It would be kind of silly if you invited like your dad to this, but I mean, I guess you could. It's always fun. It's always fun when family comes, that's for sure. So, here are the women that have agreed to join. So you have committed to showing up tomorrow and you've committed to being a part of it, whether it's like manning the group chat, helping to answer some of like the giveaway questions, keeping the chat going, whether it's to share snippets about your story, whether it's to ask questions to somebody else, you are signed up to do any or all of the above. So we are going to figure that out today. And since y'all joined live, you got really lucky because you get to be the stars of the show. I know that summer is difficult, but I also know that the people who are on this photo are off right now. So watch this recording, please. Tomorrow's event will be at 8 p.m. Eastern time and 5 p.m. Thank you. You can go put it in your bag. And 5 p.m. Pacific Standard. All right. Here is how, raise your hand if you're on this call, if you want to share your story. And I'm going to tell you what that story is. You have like 9 million stories, so I'm going to pick your story. So raise your hand if you want to tell your story.
In the car when I was in the
Danelle, you should definitely tell your story.
Well,
I know. The post part, I mean, if you're going to be inviting moms to this that are in postpartum,
yeah.
It will be very powerful and it'll be very clear and concise. Like this doesn't need to be a lengthy start and stop of your journey. This just needs to be a snippet of your journey. And you're going to spend, 20 minutes after this call, whoever's sharing their story, writing what you're going to say. Okay. So I'll keep you on track because we don't want a lot of like, this is your time to shine, right? This is your time to get out, have your face in the spotlight, publicly speak, which is super scary, cool it on the ums, be real, be bold and relatable, and wear your heart on your sleeve. So
Yeah, let me see if I can get some people. If I can get some people, then I'll definitely
okay.
Yeah.
Well, you're on this call, so why would you not be getting people? That's so silly. Also, you're like, 200 away from director. So, I mean, this is it. This is when it happens. This is where it happens. This is how it happens. Because of the fact that there is strength in numbers, right? When I do one-on-one calls, I rarely show up to a call by myself. I grab somebody to be on a call with me because I am talking to one person. And if I have two people talking to one person, two is more than one. Does that make sense? That means two people believe in something. And the one person is like, well, wow, if they both believe in this, maybe I should take a moment to think about it, to ponder, to feel this out. So this is the opportunity to showcase our team, showcase the culture that they're coming into, showcase the fact that when you are a client with us, you don't just sign up and survive. We don't just smack you on your tush and send you on your merry way. If you are doing that, you are leading your business into the ground. You need to be touching your people, right? This is not a transactional business. We're building relationships, because the best kinds of customers turn into the best kinds of leaders on your team if you nurture them correctly. This is where this starts. The moment they show up to a Zoom and see our team together, that's their foot in the door. You just open the door. If you are not inviting to this event, your door stays closed and you are all on your own, right? When you're on an island all by yourself, you need like 5 life jackets, because at any turn you're ready to just jump in the water and drown, because it starts to get really monotonous, really daunting, a little overwhelming when you're trying to build a business. We are all here to build. No one's here to stay the same, right? I'm still brand spanking new. I still am brand spanking new. I am hustling my ass off 40 hours a week to build a legacy. You might not be building a legacy, and that is perfectly okay. If you are building $500 a month, your time frame looks different, but in order to be great, you have to be good for a very long time, right? You got to be good and good and good and good, and it really never stops. And then one day you're a little bit better and a little bit better and a little bit better. I still don't even know what it feels like to be great, right? I am still chasing the next level of my own feelings. So feel that high with whatever that means. This is here. You're here to be good. Okay. That's it. Take the guesswork out of it. Just be good, which means set a time to get your invitations out that feel good for somebody to read. That is the key to getting somebody to show up to a Zoom, because this isn't a conference call. This isn't a interview. This is going to be educational. It's going to be edutaining. We're going to educate and we're going to entertain. Okay. So this call is so perfect, because if we were to do this call 2 weeks ago, you don't really have any time to get nervous, and you would probably forget what you had to work on. The call's tomorrow. Okay. Right. We don't send invites to a call like this 2 weeks in advance, because nobody's going to put this on the schedule. I don't even send calls. I don't even send 4 days in advance, because that's still too far away for someone to commit to it. But when you've got 24 hours and you're coming to this, can you show up live while you're cooking dinner? Or absolutely, if it's necessary, do you want the recording? Because this is going to be such a powerful way for you to learn how to level up midsummer, right? Whatever niche you're speaking to, that's how you're going to tailor your invites. So I want you right now to unmute and tell me, let's talk it out. Let's brainstorm types of messages that we're going to send. Don't all unmute at once. Just do it right now. Okay, Kelly, in your own words, if there's babies talking, I love it. Bring it on.
Yep, they are.
In
They
your
need help
own
cleaning their
words,
room.
your buddy's coming because she hears your voice. in your own words, like start to talk out what you want to say to the people who didn't come to your last one or even new people. Like, what do you want to say?
I want to say something like, I know you missed our last call last time because you're super duper busy. Summer's wild and crazy. Good thing we have a new one for all our people who missed
Mm-hmm. Yes.
last time or something like that. Like,
Yes.
because I think a lot of the girls that I talked to, like, that is the case, is that they were really busy, right? Like, they're running to and from gymnastics, trying to hop on.
I know.
You know, Danielle was at the barn, like doing her
I
horse
know.
chores, right? And so, like, that's what it is that they're super busy.
Yes. So lean into that. And so you are also super busy. Like
Yes.
you are running, you are like already at the next thing, like, and then you're already going to the next thing. It's already happened. Like you're like, like we're always like a day late and a dollar short.
I know.
So I would say that. I would absolutely say, like, my life is so crazy right now. I know yours is also. We nailed down 30 minutes on Thursday night. It's going to be so powerful. It's going to be team wide. Okay. So you can even say, like, my entire community. This is the event to show up to, right? Like, you want to add just some sort of like, I don't care where you are. I don't care where you are. Do you need me to send you a text right before? Like, this is going to be so valuable for you to show up to. Trust me. And you can, a lot of you guys are very bold, and the people that you're speaking to know your heart and they know your personality. So I get away with being very bossy, like, for lack of a better word. Stern, bold, I guess would be synonyms. But being bossy is what people need, like the gentle nudge to say, get your act together, show up. I promise you it's going to be worth it. That is how you build not just trust, but that is how you build a business of people who are going to say yes to you. That is how you get your way, is giving them their way, because people need to be pushed. Just like you all did on this call. You all needed me. I pushed you. Right? So go push your people because you understand that's what you need. And that's what's so cool about this business, is that you're speaking to yourselves. Like, you're speaking to who you are or who you were, Roseanne, right? Like, you know what you need to hear. So go tell that to the people that you're inviting. Not like, just wanted to let you know we're going to have a pop-up party. Like, I hope you can make it, right? I'd be like, that would be like checking the junk mail in the mail. And of course that would fall right into the recycle bin. It needs to be like, this is where you need to be. Make it happen. I promise you it's going to be worth it, because it is. We are going to bop around being relatable, sharing our individual stories. And I mean, like, events, an event that took place. So Danelle's going to say, because she is going to have people that want to come to this, because she is going to be bold in that invitation. It will take 20 minutes to sit down and send those invites and get those confirmations. She's going to tell an event that took place the moment she, like, hit rock bottom. And she's going to say how it felt after she had her second baby girl, 2 baby girls, right? Yeah. So she's going to say how she felt on an event, like what she was wearing, what she smelled like. God knows what we smelled like when we were, like, postpartum, how many hours of sleep she got. And the moment she was like, something's got to give. Okay. That's what we're looking for here. I'm not looking for, there was a moment when I knew that I just needed a shift, and then that shift brought me here. And now here is wellness. You know what I mean? It's so vague, and you will hear every single team share that exact same sentence. We are going to share events that women can hopefully and most likely say, holy crap, I just felt her day. I just felt what she just said. That is how you create a community. Vulnerability for sure. Kelly, I know Kelly's moment. She's going to have to say that story again. I know that story. I know spring break. I know putting on that bikini. Robbie is texting me.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Like, oh, I
Yeah.
know what I'm gonna say.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I didn't even wear the bikini.
Yes, exactly. Well, you're rocking the bikini now, sister.
Every day.
uh, Courtney, you got to think about that event. You know, you got to think about that moment, 15 minutes, you know, and for you, it took a year to say yes to me, right? And so it has to be a 15-minute period where you were like, fuck it, excuse my language. Go away. This is what's going to create this being like our biggest event of the summer is being able to have this recording and have these moments that are shared that are so real. They help people pull the trigger right away. Real helps people pull the trigger right away. And then me, based on how bold and bossy I am, because I know all your goals on this call, then post call, we dive in and we go and we connect, right? We connect, we do our mini discovery, and we organically invite them to get on board. We are not going to overcomplicate this. This will be centered around, personalized vitamins, or, postpartum, our prenatal, life shake, and the 7-day cleanse. Right? Like that is the 3 things that really open the floodgates of wellness. If people come on board that, we will touch on the fact that we have a catalog, 302 different SKUs. But we are going to focus on, Christmas in July, right? And that's that Ready, Set, Wellness bundle. I'll get on with Robbie at apparently now. What time is noon Mountain Standard? Well, get on with Robbie soon. So I will ask for whatever I can get. Praying we can get a free gift, but July has been so monumental. So I'm just like hoping that just one more favor we'll say yes to. So a free gift. Otherwise, if we cannot get a free gift, we are going to spin the 7-day cleanse as the free gift, which doesn't really need to be spun. It is that way anyways. Ready, Set, Wellness is personalized vitamins and life shake. Your third item is free. So this will be 2 free gifts. If we can get one out of Robbie, I will post that all in our team page once I get that. And then we will do some giveaways. So always pop-up party, have pop quizzes. If you would raise your hand, if you would Roseanne, do you want to ask a pop quiz question? Do you want to be a Vanna White too?
Sure, why not?
I mean, don't sound so excited. Don't seem so excited.
Sorry, I'm really plugged up right now. I'm
Oh.
like sick and my head is like ready to explode.
Oh my God, I'm
right
so
now.
sorry. Okay, well, keep me posted. You can go maybe on that just to see.
I'm here. I still have stuff I have to do. It's just right now. This
Oh
is
my
like
God. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. Summer's the worst time to feel like that. Okay. So next order of business is to jot down your event, jot down your, literally under 2 minutes. Don't overthink it. And it's just an event that took place. And, send it to me. And then sit down and send as many invites as you can. I don't know what that means to you. It's literally just whatever you want out of this. You're going to get what you put in. And the more bold you are, we are at an advantage doing this the day before. Like, it's really so like, yes, people are going to say they're busy for sure. Well, they get the recording. We're going to keep this as short as we can. And the smartest thing that you can do with people who want the recording is to tell them when to You're gonna give them a time to fast forward to, because that's gonna help. That's what's gonna get them to open it. It doesn't even matter what the time is. It could be right on you, right? But you're gonna give them a time. And they're gonna be like, and they're gonna be so curious. That's how I get people to open any of my YouTubes, any of my past, trainings or whatever. Scroll to minute 2. And they can, like, even if they're so busy, they're like, what's at minute 2? Curiosity, man. So the recordings are still gonna be just as powerful. But of course, we want as many people on live as we can, because we can ask questions. They're going to win gifts. I'll give away mascara. You can say that. We'll give our lash boost mascara, our triple defense, and something else, like another skincare thing. So you can say that, right? We're giving away lash boost mascara. We're giving away some skincare and some immunity boosting formula if you come live. Gift giveaway or gift with purchases. You've got to be here.
I have a question
Uh-huh.
while
Sure.
my pain is dissipating. For invites, and this is just me being like completely like honest. I haven't had always the success of like invites on here, like through Facebook. And unfortunately, I've also had the experience of people saying, don't cold call me, don't solicit me, even though they've expressed interest. So I have a whole list of people who
Yeah.
have like watched recordings, wanted to come, but didn't show up to other events, whatever.
Yeah.
So of course, automatically I think, okay, I have something written out. I'll just send it to them via Messenger. Is that appropriate?
To a Facebook Messenger or to a what Messenger?
Yeah, through Messenger or even Instagram, because like I said, I've just had the experience of like people just going, oh, like, don't send me messages through here. Don't cold call me. And I'm like, okay, sorry.
Well, yeah. I mean, you definitely don't want to send messages to people that you don't know. So
Well, yeah.
send messages to people that you know. And if you
Yeah.
don't know them, but you want them there, then you're going to have to get to know them real quick, right? Like,
Yeah.
do not send, if you haven't had a conversation with somebody yet, like any conversation with them, not just about this, then you would have to do that really fast.
Yeah.
The type of stuff that you invite to, like, your best friend and the people who are watching your stories. You know what I mean? People who have taken your quiz before, people who, especially people who have taken the quiz before, people who have, of course, shown interest even years ago. But in order to get them to respond, like, you can't just spam them with an invitation. Like, get an active audience first so that you know they're listening. And that happens real quick, right? Like, it's been so long. Like, how the heck are you? Or I feel like I dropped the ball. There's people who, who were ready, and then you got left on red. They ghosted you. So I would.
Well, and I think that's a lot of why I probably, totally honest, have not leveraged social media to the level I should be matching my goals. I talk to people more because I'm more out in the community.
Yes, that's the best place to do it, to be honest. Like,
So
I mean,
then it's like here, it's like, okay.
well, the people that are out in your community definitely get the people because they know you they know you, like, by face, like in real, like IRL. So I would reach out to all of those people for sure. People in real life who know you are going to show up to this because they feel a certain level of responsibility, right? And that's always a good thing. That is always a good thing. I like social media is something that you leverage when you are good at this. Like, when you are really good at this, then you dive into social media. We can't build massive businesses solely with social media, right? They'll enhance, but this is really going to start in your community. Like, this is really going to start with getting out there and just like being a sweet, funny, cool person. I mean, like, really, don't overcomplicate it.
Well, I like to overcomplicate stuff. I'm a
yes.
recruiter.
Don't-
So I overcomplicate the shit out of a lot of stuff. Trying to be better at that.
Yeah, nothing is complicated about this. It is just literal, work, for lack of a better word again, because I have literally had 3 hours of sleep and just drove for 5 hours. It's just work. So what we need next is a timeline so that you know when you're gonna go. And so I will put that together and then I'll post that in the team page. I'll do the lineup, here's when anyone ever leads these calls with me, they always get here's the event lineup. So you'll know how it's gonna roll. I have everything to put together, some slides. The majority of it will all just be back and forth. Pop quizzes, gift giveaways, the rundown of why they're here. What else? What else? What else? What else do you need what else do you want me to do? What else do you want me to make sure I am saying? Nothing? I just show up and point to you? Okay. That'll go over real well. Anything? What should I do? What should I focus on?
I feel like I've only been focusing on Ready Set Wellness, so I just want you to close those people.
Got it.
I'm
So-
gonna go back to all those people that didn't, that I'm talking to.
Yeah.
And so see if this is.
Yes. So then what you're really saying to me is you want me to overcome some of your objections that you guys are getting. So that's what I'm pulling out. What I'm pulling out is you have people who I can see all of your meology quizzes. You have people that have taken your quiz, right? So there is a disconnect between the connection, the discovery, and taking the quiz. And then where did they go? So where did they go? Tell me where they went so I know what I need to slide in. So tell me what your objections have been.
The price, the money.
Okay. Good. So
Price, definitely
I-
price. And
I
I
will-
definitely had a few people who were, I mean, if you're gonna give your medical info, you're gonna give your medical info, but it's I think there's the security of I'm not submitting my personal information via a quiz. Even though maybe they're interested, but then as soon as you give them they're like, oh, I have to submit my info. I had one person who texted me mid quiz and said, I don't want to submit this info. And I said, no, you don't have to, the personal stuff, but she freaked out and stopped.
that is the strangest thing I ever heard.
I know.
How do you, so my question for you is, did you tell them this is personalized supplements? Because in order to be personalized, you have to get personal. So, okay, I will touch on that. So you can have that recording and you can say, if they have to watch it, go to minute 6. Okay. So money, any objections you're getting, Danelle?
My thing, I think, is a lot because I do the postpartum.
Yeah.
So for me, it's a lot of my inquiries recently have been from people that I don't actually really know.
Perfect.
So it's obviously spend a little bit of time to get to know them, figure out what their issues are, right? And then getting them to commit. That's the hardest part, because it's the hardest part is do I believe in a product that from a random stranger that I've never met in person? So for me, it's okay, how do I get them to start? Starting is the hardest part.
Yes.
How do you tell somebody hey, your health is important, which well obviously I'm doing, but your health is important, start here. And for me, for postpartum, omega fatty acids make the biggest and quick impact for moms. And so I even had a mom today say hey, I started taking the omega fatty acids, I'm on day 4 and I can already feel it.
Well, there you go. There's your story.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's it's insane. And so it's just okay, well, omega fatty acids are like a huge part, and like they come with like, sure, the prenatal, there's so many prenatals on the market, so it's hard to like.
Yes. Okay, we'll touch on that. The thing that you're having to overcome is totally normal, because who wants to invest with somebody that they don't know, right?
Right.
So in order for them to get to know you, you have to tell them, I know how you feel.
Yeah.
So when you use words like feel and like even I know, because it's a commitment word, you are now like, you're essentially bonding, right? When someone is like, okay, this person knows how I feel, but still, there's plenty of people that know how I feel, but you are going to give them a plan, right? Because nobody wants to make decisions on their own. Like, this, the last thing we want to do is like think anymore or make any more decisions.
100%.
So when somebody says to you, like, I understand how you feel, you can, throw in any other touching on how they're feeling. I have a plan. And you can even say, like, I have a plan for us too, because that is creating a bond as well. A very quick way to create a bond. I am creating a plan for us. And then what you do is you say, here's your plan and here's what I do, right? So you have some responsibility too. Like, I send, a welcome email that has a recipe guide. You have stuff like this. You send value once they are in your tribe. So that's my plan is to XYZ. Here's your plan. Okay. So when people feel that sense of like you're taking care of them because you know how they feel, they are going to be more apt to say, okay, I'm ready to go. But of course, totally separate from this call, you've got to know when they want to stop feeling like garbage, because you have to get them to say that part out loud. Once they have said, I feel all the same things you're feeling, I'm so stuck, this is shitty, you're like, I totally understand, right? I felt the exact same way. When do you want to feel? And then you flip their pain points and turn them into pleasure points. If they say that they're tired, if they say they feel fat, if they say that, they have IBS, right? You flip those into a pleasure. Okay, awesome. And when do you want to start feeling XYZ? And that it's very funny if someone comes back and say, I probably want to feel fat and uncomfortable until like spring. So get back to me in spring. I'm good for now. You know what I mean?
Right.
It really does give them a gut check. It really does help them like have some ownership over it too. And then it helps you not spin your wheels, because if they're like, some people will say, well, I got to finish out the summer because I have so many trips planned. And you're like, cool, I'm going to put you on my calendar for, after Labor Day. How does that sound? So that just helps you move through the cycle a little bit faster, but in such an organic, like authentic way. So
Right.
we'll touch on that on the call. Money, we'll touch on why they aren't pulling the trigger, right? So a little bit about like, who the heck are we? Why you should trust us.
Right.
And probably our biggest regret is not starting sooner. Right.
And that was the thing. Sorry to cut you off.
Oh, go
I've
ahead.
actually multiple people, like, I know money obviously is always going to be a factor, like, but I would have spent like $500 on this. That's like how, like, I've said that before, like, and not all people will understand that or can relate to that, because they're just like, what, how can one product make you feel like that?
Yes, we'll keep saying that, but when there is a money objection, it's just lack of experience in this business, because when there's a money objection, it means you're not putting enough value on what their investment is. So we have got to make sure, and this call will do that, is that we are making this at a $500 value. for $179, not $179 product that comes with objections, right?
I think my objections are like exactly what Danelle was saying in like belief. Like they want to start yesterday. Everybody says yesterday, like they already wanted to start and they give me a laundry list of the problem. But I think it's like that like disconnect when I have a solution, almost like a disbelief. And
Yeah.
then maybe, I don't know if they're using it as an excuse, but it's like, I'm already I'm already doing it, but like, well, I do this, and that, you know what I mean? So it's like that minute right before is my disconnect.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. So
So I
this,
think having other people's like stories, like Danelle, I'm specifically sending to 2 people your minute. So
yeah, no, so these types of events, because they're timely. And so
Yeah.
because we know women work this way, because we understand. So we are going to incentivize, aka reward you, because we know how hard it is to pull the trigger on ourselves. But you know what else is hard? Pouring from an empty cup. Like that is the hardest thing. Living a mediocre life is so much harder than sitting down and pulling the trigger on yourself. So, okay, I think that I have my focus areas. And I think that
I also think that like when I like people, I don't ever want to make people think that like what happened to me happened in the 7 days. And I think I make that clear for sure. Except I think people also don't realize that like it was just the 7 days that started. Like it,
no, this is where you start. Yeah, no, all of our journeys have like different before and afters, like
yeah.
our befores are always the same. Your before photo should always be the very first photo you ever took. Like that's your goodbye photo. Never keep using different before photos, right? But you just keep adding to your journey. If before and after photos are your thing, like it does not ever have to be your thing here at all. This is really a feelings business, right? And there's so much hype with before and after photos that they get people pulled in, but people pull out really fast. So I would suggest like using less before and after photos, because those just create like shock. But what creates real interest is real stories.
Well, I think it was a lot of my situations have been like gut reflexes. And
Yeah.
that's why it's like they don't really want to pull the trigger because like it was like that like impulse. So it's not money or it's not like those
Yeah.
other
So
reasons.
they're
like,
impulsive because they saw your before and after photo. You know what I mean? So that's totally fine, but there's a way that you can talk to somebody to make sure that this is a feeling like how incredible you feel. Not one thing to do with what you look like, but you need to tell the story of how incredible you feel. You get deeper into storytelling as you are talking to them.
yeah.
When you're doing discovery, you're talking about your story and you're ending with a question. And then they say something back, and then you add more to your story. And then you end with a question. And then they say something back. That's how you do discovery. Like you're continuously and then by the end, they know where you started. They know where you are continuing. They know where you're going. They know how you feel when you wake up. They know how many times you go to the bathroom. They know how excited you are to make your shake. Like they know everything about you. So you could literally gain a client for life in the discovery. Okay. So I will let you guys go. I know life is crazy. Life is crazy. Crazy. You have work to do. I have work to do. It's so much hard work. It's like heart work. Okay. This is like impactful and it means something. It means something. I sat with Daniela yesterday by the pool at Lifetime. She is not allowed to work her business on social media. She has been like basically banned. She has to do everything offline because it just is a conflict of interest. And she was in tears because she's like, and she's a rock star. She can just behind the scenes in her own community, like sells insane amounts. But she's like, this is where my heart is. She's like, I want to just do this full time so bad. But, you know, there's that stability that comes with being, you know, a studio manager at a huge gym, insurance and all that stuff. I get it. But she's like, when you have somebody come to you and tell you like how incredible they feel, when you have somebody send you a thank you card in the mail, she's like, it like brings me to my knees. Like, this is what I want to do. And I was like, I know this is why I do it, you know? So it is hard work, but it's so much hard work. And I'm so grateful and I'm so honored to do it with you. And thank you for coming today. I'm gonna shoot this recording to everybody. And then you guys get back to me as soon as you can with your events that you're gonna share, and then I'll put it in a timeline. But I need your stuff. Picture. I need your stuff before I make the timeline. Okay, and we're gonna
Just
take a
text it to you or send it through Messenger.
email it, please. Serena at
Okay.
Serena Forster.
Okay.
Serena at Serena Forster. Okay, ready? We're gonna take a picture because Scout said. Oh. You want to get closer to me? Me? 1, 2, 3. Yay! You guys are awesome. Have the best day. I don't know what day it is or what time it is or what. Love you guys. See you later. See you tomorrow night.